Never in a million years did I ever think that I would own this car. You've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. Let me show you guys my new car. This is my new 1989 Nissan Skyline GTS-t. My garage is really small, so let's take this thing out for a drive so we can check it out. The reason why I say that I never thought I would own this car is because I never really had this car in my sights. The plan was always to have just two cars, my S chassis, my S13, and a JZX. That way I can have the best of both worlds, the comfy car on the weekends being the JZX, and on days where I have a track day, I will go ahead and take the S13. It's been about a year and like 4 months since I've driven right-hand drive, and it feels very comfortable to me. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. I'm not pulling over to the left or to the right, so that's kind of good. So this was never meant to be the replacement for the 81 Mark II. If you guys are new here, a couple months ago my JZX 81 caught fire and I pretty much had to get rid of it. It was totaled, it was gone, and with the money that I got from the insurance, I had my eyes set on a specific car to replace it, and this was not it. Like I said, this is an 89 Skyline GTS-t, and yes, I know it's not a GTR. I was not looking for a GTR. I needed another rear-wheel drive sedan, and if you guys know me personally, you know you know about this car. You know that this used to be my brother's. Yes, I am also taking ownership of another one of my brother's cars. This used to belong to him. He's had it for like 5 years, but he, just like the S14 that I bought off of him, he didn't have the time for it, so I'm taking ownership of it. I bought it off of him. And yes, before anyone says anything, I know that the ride height is atrocious. Believe me, I know. But this kit hits everything, and it's already been knocked off a couple of times just driving, and I got really sick of it, so I raised it for the time being. Let's go over the car starting from the outside. During the ownership of when my brother had it, this car pretty much stayed the same as from when the previous owner had it. The only thing that changed was probably just wheels, and that's it. He honestly didn't do anything to it, so it stayed almost exactly the same as how the previous owner had it. And so I dug through the previous owner's posts on Instagram and any YouTube videos that he had of it, and this is how I got all the information of it. The kit is a BN kit, which I'm fine with it being a rep. It's fine. It's just aero that is unfortunately going to get destroyed. But it kind of works out because BN is honestly the kit that I would have gone for with this car. The front fenders are D-Max 30 millimeters, and in the rear, it is just pulled. It's a little rusty because it was never sprayed. The roof is a D-Max style wing, and it doesn't fit that great because there's a big gap right here, but we'll see about what we can do with this to make it fit a little bit better. And then for the trunk wing, it was said to be a Supermade wing, and they painted the bottom black and kept the top white. It does have an exhaust. I don't know what brand, but while idling, like let's say here in this parking lot, it's very loud. It's like it rumbles a lot, but when driving, it's actually really quiet. You can't really hear it from the outside and from the inside. I had my windows up when I was driving over here, but even with the windows down, it's really quiet, which is great because this thing needs to be as sleek and quiet as possible. The wheels are Equipto 5s. They never really fit the best because they were just wheels that we took because the previous owner wanted to keep the old wheels that were on this car, and these were the only wheels that I had at the time. It's got Z32 calipers in the rear and in the front. Supposedly the Hikis is deleted on this car, but I don't know because the rack in the back is still there on the subframe. I haven't gone underneath the car and checked if all the lines have been plugged up or if they've gotten rid of all that, and on the rack also. So I'll have to look at that eventually because I've heard that during like freeway speeds, the car can shake in the rear if not deleted properly. But in the rear, every single suspension arm is stock. Even the stock subframe bushings are still there. They don't shake a lot, so that's not something I think I need to address right now. Up front, they did add S13 suspension, and I'll show you when I open the hood the shock towers that they made. They did a really good job on it. They're running a PBM knuckle, but I don't know the brand of the lower control arm. I think it might just be a stock extended, but the tension rod is stock, and it's running part shot max coils. On non-GTR models, the hood goes all the way down right here and is like one piece, but they did something really cool. They cut that and added this little lip and a GTR grill to give it that little GTR look. Not exactly a full GTR look, but it looks a lot better than what the stock factory GTS-t hood looks like. The engine itself is completely stock. It's even got the stock radiator, the emission system over here. I believe I looked up the part number, and yeah, it has something to do with emissions. The only thing that's different, I guess, is the intercooler piping. It has the same side intercooler piping that goes from one side over here. Inlet and outlet is both on the same side, but the rest of the engine has been untouched. Stock blowout valve, radiator hose does the same. The only major thing that my brother did when he owned this car was add a link ECU, because one day we were driving somewhere and the car shut off on him, and luckily this was when I was having MAF problems with my 1J S13 and I had MAF cleaner inside my car. So we pushed the car off to the side into a plaza and took off the filter and sprayed the MAF down, and it worked fine the rest of the day. But he didn't want to have that problem ever again, and we decided to ball out and just put a standalone in it. It was tuned by Danny at Unrivaled Tuning, and they made a crazy 205 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque. So yeah, you can imagine this car's not fast at all. I'm kind of an RB hater, but when it comes to the 20 specifically, I am a fan of it because it sounds so good. This RB20 may or may not stay stock for reliability's sake. I don't know, we'll see. I just got the car, but right now I'm just happy that the engine works, heater works, AC works. What more can you ask for? Oh yeah, and these are the shock towers that I was talking about. I did some research and found out how they managed to fit S13 shock towers in here. They got an S13 strut bar, put it on top, cut the existing shock towers, and they used the S13 strut bar to kind of like figure out exactly the distance of how an S13 would angle their coilovers. And these were done by Martin when he used to work at Part Shop Max. I don't know him personally, but he did a great job, and I have S13 suspension in the front, which is great because I love S13 suspension. Moving on to the inside, I haven't had a chance to wipe down the dash. It is a little bit dusty, but it does come with the stock floor mats on the passenger side and driver's side. And for the center console, it's just stock. The e-brake doesn't work, so I had to keep putting it in third gear. This thing had a power FC, but now no longer needs the commander, so I just use this to show RPM and throttle, and it just lights up and it shows some gauges, so it's pretty much just for show. This radio doesn't even work. Actually, no, it does, but Bluetooth doesn't link up, and the USB, if I've already tried, and it doesn't work. I can't connect my phone to it. But this is my brother's old Momo that he just put on so he can drive the car when he bought it off the previous owner. It's missing a few buttons right here, but everything, emergency lights, all that stuff does work. Another plus about this car is that it only has 109,000 kilometers, which transfers over to 67,000 miles. The mirrors are stock, but the electronics on it does work on the controller on the other side, on the driver's side. And these are the stock seats, which are actually really comfortable. It's like sitting on a couch. And I don't know, I have a Recaro SR7, but I don't know if I'm gonna put it in because these are just so comfy. There's not a single piece of interior trim that's missing. The seats are all here, seat belts are here. All the A, B, and C pillar interior pieces are here, the back. It's got everything. Don't mind the mess of fluids here, but it has all the interior pieces on the side, on the floor. I haven't really checked underneath to see if it even has a spare, but it has a sub, amp. So while I was searching for the car that was going to replace the 81 Mark II, I saw the car that I wanted, and a lot of them were in white. And I'm not a white like kind of color person, but seeing that car in white, I won't tell you guys what that car is because who knows, maybe somewhere down the road I might get it, I may not. But I really started to like white. It really grew on me. My favorite color for cars is black or any dark color, but white has grown on me a lot. Apparently this is a stock white. It's not completely white. It's kind of like not eggshell white, but it is like pearl white, so it's not a bright white. but they did a really good job painting the fenders, the kit, and the roof wing. The trunk wing not so much, but that is a problem with white, and a reason why I don't like it too much. But I mean, yeah, it's grown on me. But a problem that with white is once you break some aero, you repair it and you repaint it, it's very easy to get it a different shade of white. I'm an entry-level backyard painter, so it might be a little bit difficult for me to paint match some stuff if I do damage them, repair them, and get them repainted. But yeah, this is a new car. I've only driven it twice and I already love it. It's really comfortable. It's not the fastest, but that's not the point of this car. We will slowly upgrade things as time goes along, and who knows, maybe it might have its first track day pretty soon. I mean, as long as the engine's reliable. I gotta do a little more research because I know that RBs have a really bad stigma of them being unreliable, and trust me, I am one of those people who believe in those bad stigmas. Quick story, before I actually put a 1J into my S13, I had an SR, and this was like 7 or 8 years ago, and I got rod knock, and I'm like, screw it, I'm done with SRs. So I went to the internet to look for information on which engine would be better to replace for drifting, and it was either between a 1J or a RB25, because I wanted to keep it in like the 2.5 liter like category or same size. And the RB guys were like, oh yeah, it's easy, just open it up, put these restrictors, put a head drain, do this, do that, get a bigger oil pan, baffle it, and get a longer pickup tube to make up for that long distance and all this stuff. And I'm like, fuck, that's a lot of work. And then I go over to the JZ pages, and what they said to make their engine reliable is change the oil. And guess what? They were right. After owning a 1J for like 7 years, I prefer JZs over RBs any day. But this is a 20. It's set to be a little bit more reliable and more sturdy, more robust than the 25s and the 26s. I gotta ask around and do a little more research. I don't know if you guys drift in RB20. You guys let me know, because this thing will get drifted. Like, I can't have a car and not drift it. Like, to me, my own personal cars aren't cool to me unless they get used, not abused, but just used and driven. Even though this isn't a JZX, this honestly reminds me of my 81 so much, because it's kind of the same size width, and the only difference is the trunk on the 81 is a lot longer. I would say maybe like 6 to 8 inches longer, but the front end is about the same. The interior space in the front and in the back, I've already sat in the back, and it's almost the same exact space as the 81, and it fits in my garage just like the 81. So in a way, it's kind of like the Nissan counterpart to an 81. I don't think anybody's really ever made the comparison to it. I don't know if anyone's ever had both cars to compare, but this is kind of what it feels like, the Nissan version of a JZX 81. Also, we did hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, which is super crazy to me, because I know it's like 1,000, like, oh whatever, you know, most YouTubers have a lot more, but I never thought of myself as a YouTuber, so I never really cared about like the subscriber amount. But it's just crazy to me that there's 1,000 people who have subbed and are joining in on the stuff that I do. I started this channel like seriously maybe like about 1.5 years ago, with information, just trying to put information out on like my engine setup on my 1JZ S13. And it kind of snowballed to covering events and covering people's cars. So it's really cool to see that it's grown to this level, and I'm very thankful for all of you who have subbed and watch any video that I put out. I never thought to take this as serious as most people, because the money wasn't the goal, like a high media count wasn't the goal. It was just to put out information and put out some content that I feel like I would like to watch, maybe as I'm eating lunch or having dinner with friends and just want to put something on TV. That was the goal. Like, I don't even use any fancy equipment to record. I mean, actually I do have a DJI mic too that I use sometimes if it's loud outside and to do the machine check videos. But other than that, I do all the recording on my phone. Everything is on the phone, yeah, and even the editing is on the phone. So yeah, it just goes to show you just keep at it, you know, and you don't need all the fancy cameras and editing software. Like, you could do it with the bare minimal. For the longest time, I kept this channel a secret, and I didn't tell any friends. I didn't share it on my Instagram, and it wasn't until some friends found the channel on just scrolling YouTube, and the algorithm sent them the video, and they messaged me saying like, why didn't you tell me that you had a channel? I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I'm just keeping it a secret. I didn't really want to make a big deal about it. And it was very awesome to see that a lot of my friends were very supportive, that they were encouraging me to share the video, make it a little more public. So thank you to my friends who messaged me about that, and thank you to Patricia, because she helps me get a lot of footage when going to events. She's my second camera, she's my right hand man and everything, my partner in crime. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you for helping me to get any footage that I can, because I get to events and I just want to drive. It's really hard for me to both drive and record. So kind of as a thank you to everybody who has subbed and watches my videos all the way to the end, I have something for you guys. I am working on getting shirts made. I am working with my buddy Junior. He is working up a design right now, and then I gotta see about where I'm gonna get them printed. So I have a little giveaway for you guys if you guys are interested. All you got to do is comment down below in the videos that I make from here on until I get the shirts made. It doesn't have to be about the giveaway specifically, just comment anything. And every comment until I get the shirts made will be one entry. And then I'll do like a live showing the 3 winners. I'll pick 3 people to win the shirts, and I'll send them out when I get the chance. So I don't know, it might be, the design's not made yet, so it might take like another month or so. But until then, every comment will be one entry. I'll do that for now. I don't know. I've never done a giveaway, so I'll do that and give that a shot. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching till the very end. And here's to a new journey. Here's to new adventures. And I'm really looking forward to this car. I'm falling in love all over again. You guys know the feeling of when you get a new car and you just want to do everything to it right away. But for now, I am just gonna chill, enjoy it, and slowly, piece this thing together. Engine needs a lot of work, suspension needs a lot of work, so it's gonna be a while. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for joining along again, and we'll see you in the next one.